Hey guys, what's going on? It's xdeadlysmoorex here, and welcome back to part 72 of our Treasure Code Still Let's Play. In the last episode, we visited Toa, I think, did we? Yeah, we visited Toa, and we saw the concert that herself, Crow, Angelica, and George put on at Thor's festival last year. Then she gave a memory quartz to Reen, which is basically like a USB drive kind of thing. It doesn't look like one, but basically functions as one. And then Reen showed the concert to everyone in Class 7, and they were up for it. Elisa was obviously a bit concerned about the outfit design that Toa had on, but obviously, because it makes sense. Then after that, which everyone agreed, they agreed to do the concert. We did our practical exam, which entailed us facing off against instructor Sarah. And then obviously after we finished our practical exam, we found out where we were going for our field studies. So as you see, Reen, Elisa, Elliot, Fee, and then the other two, and we've got two others, and the others are Marcus and Crow, are all going to Roer, which is where Elisa's from. And then the rest, so that's Laura, Eustace, Gaius, Milliam, and Emma, are all going to Ordis, which is where we haven't seen Ordis, but if you guys remember Duke Cayenne from when we were in Legram, that's where he's from, and that's the province that he rules. Or that's the I think that's it's not the. I think it's the city that that he's from, basically, or that he rules over. So yeah. Kind of like how, you know, Eustace's dad, Duke Berea, house is like stationed in Berea Hard, but he rules over the Croydon province. It's kind of the same thing with Duke Cayenne. His house is in Ordis, but I don't know what province he rules over, but yeah. But and then we found out that we'd go to the train station to get to where we're going, but we've been told to go to the academy field for some reason. So that's what we're doing, going to the academy field, finding out why we need to be there, and then going to Roer and finding out what that's like. So let's get into it. Oh, there's Celine, hang on. Hey Celine. Oh, even Celine's here. Maybe she's curious about what's going on too. Who knows what cats are thinking? Alright, Instructor Sarah should be waiting for us. Let's get moving. Yep. Celine being Celine. We were told to meet here at 9 AM. Seems like I still have some time. No idea what this is all about, but it'd probably be a good idea to finish preparing first. Nope, I didn't mean to. That's what we get for spamming A so much. Says the same thing. Head to the academy field and stand up. Good, you're all here. Oh, instructor, I wasn't expecting you to be... Sharon? Weren't you at the dormitory when we left? Indeed I was, but I was summoned here by Instructor Sarah. So after seeing you all off, I came straight here. How'd I guess you'd be able to get here ahead of us? You know, at this point, I shouldn't really be surprised. Jeez, she ain't Ramford's top made for nothing, man. Personally, I would have preferred not to ask her to come at all, but since she'll be acting as Group A's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why, thank you. Wait, why do we need a guide? So you're telling me... Oh, it looks like everyone's here already. Oh, is Sharon here too? Huh? What's she doing here? Cooking, cleaning, instantaneous travel? I didn't say... you flattered me, most uses. I couldn't get to read what all the users said. Sorry about that, guys. Well, you all got here... Well, let's start that again, shall we? Well, we've got all you here, Neil. Look at that, 9 AM, right on time. Huh? What's that sound?
Sounds like the rush of air.
No, it's not quite it.
Sounds to me like an airship.
Are you kidding me? Look! What is... What the hell is that? Here they come. And here is the personal ship of Prince Olivert. Spoilers. Yeah, no, this is the I believe it's called the Courageous. Yeah, the Courageous, and it's the personal airship of Prince Olivert. What is that thing even doing here?
Wow, it's so cool! A crimson airship. Who does it belong to? An Imperial Army warship, maybe? Nah, not enough giant guns.
Still, the shape looks familiar.
Oh, I remember now. It looks like the white wings of Liberl. You think so too, right?
You mean like the Arsail? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance. The Arsail? Wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the Kingdom of Liberl? Indeed. It was on that very airship that Prince Olivert made his triumphant return to Heimdall.
No way.
You're not seriously gonna land here, right? Of course they are. It's 75 arch from bow to stern. It might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down. And you gotta be kidding me.
Wait a minute, how do you know how large it is?
It's a big old ship.
This is the best! It's actually very pretty up close. The more I look at it, the more it seems just like the Arsail, but red.
It bears the crest of Arabonia, though. So, at the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends! It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
There he is, Prince Oliver and Mular.
Prince Olivert!
And Major Vander.
I'm glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd-pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Still, the Prince is just here in a supporting capacity today, to say nothing of myself. The real stars of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
Who may you be referring to?
It's been quite some time. I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
Is that...
I know that voice.
Look at him and his hat.
the Radiant Blade Master?
Look how big Triss are saying in his fucking hat.
Father!
So that's Laura's dad? Wait, who's the one now?
And look, Tobal's with him too.
This isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go, that's for sure.
What are you doing up there? And what's with the hat?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arcade, who will be assuming command of the ship. I'm sorry, I can't get over the hat though. I've seen it before, I know, but that hat is just... Look at the hat.
So that's what this is about.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Adios is that?
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper.
Principal Van Dyke, you too?
Could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Your bafflement is quite understandable. The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What? We'll be riding in style.
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nation. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Roer.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
Oh, this is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the second Arsail class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
It's a neat ship. It's actually it's a really nice ship. You don't get to see much of it, like obviously because we're not on it for long, but little spoiler for the next game, we will get to see more of it. We'll get to see more of it in the Church Steel 2 though, so there's that. There's Vita or Misty sitting on that bench. Probably sitting in on that maybe. Nope. There's the Phantom Thief. Not the one from Persona 5. Definitely not. There's Captain Gyro. Not even our high-speed trains could help to match that. They may be cheap, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obscure us, so basically about what we expected. Same is true in other areas as well. Understood. Respond with pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am.
My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Reen?
as the rest of the royal family.
Wow!
Alright, I won't say anything regarding Cedric's character, but in Trials of Cold Steel 3, he becomes an absolute asshole. He's so annoying. Not in like, it's kind of hard. The way he changed, like his change in character is just so like out of left field, and he's so like stuck up. I don't say stuck up. He's like so like. Annoying's like the best word for it. He's just. It would be annoying. Is it annoying or is it? I'd say more aggravating than annoying, if anything.
That's the Courageous! Oliver finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Oliver seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built.
Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our staid and troubled land? Go, my son, and show me the caliber of man you can be.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, Osborne.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already? And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberl to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Oliver, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
I look forward to watching what happens to you at the end of this fucking game. Cunt. I don't like him. That mine's pretty evident after I just like every time I see him I go off on one. But yeah, I just don't like him. The Naughty Pro southern edge over the Schwarzstrax barrier.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 Arj. We've just passed through the Schwarzstrax barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 Arj.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like.
It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. So you're actually, managed to get the Rhineford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and Epstein Foundation to collaborate. I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined efforts of countless supporters and to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labours bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all my ideal specifications. A length of 75 Arj is almost twice the size of the original sail, and with it supporting 20 of ZCF's high-performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 SPH. Not quite as fast as the Arcel's 3,600 SPH, but the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds.
Sounds like he's compensating for something.
I heard something like this was in development, but I never would have imagined you'd pack this much power into it.
Well, now we have a rough idea of how extravagant this ship is, but I don't understand why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless, Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army?
I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't part of any military force.
Huh?
So wait, is it officially regarded as the property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount RC.
Well, that at least explains some of it.
I see where you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master. Couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that, man. I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half of the crew here are on loan from my division, the 7th Armoured. The rest are civilians, representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. It makes sense to me. Chauvel's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm so shocked we were here. I never imagined we'd be flying in such a marvelous ship. With such a distinguished crew. Don't ignore what's just come up on the screen. That was just me trying to upload yesterday's video, even though it already got uploaded. Weird shit happens sometimes.
You got me curious, though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this?
That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building up across the nation. And if we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better.
Ah, that makes sense. Considering they've got their own airships too.
The Intelligence Division and the RMP might... Wait, let me try that again. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now. But having a ship like this in the air would definitely put more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with one stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a practical soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Whatever. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed it should take less than an hour to reach Roer. Feel free to make yourselves at home while you're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you'll have the run of the ship. Go on and poke around for a bit.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that. And that's how we ended up flying to our destinations aboard the Imperial's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. But we didn't just sit down and look out the windows, of course. Since we had the captain's permission, we'd set about exploring the Courageous, seeing what the top-of-the-line airship has to offer. Total markers. Everything on this airship is really cutting edge. Prince Albert does have his surprises. First you returns to Heimdall on the air sail, and now this? Is there someone else down there? Oh, it's guys.
We're cruising along so smoothly that it feels like we're one with the wind. It's like the ship is a crimson Pegasus soaring through the sky. We're really lucky to know who we know. I can't imagine many people will ever get to experience something like this. Your winds and the goddess are thanks.
Yeah, but these are the rest of the crew members. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if we've got... That's the front deck. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Supply room. Barracks. Supply room. Who's in here, bro? Oh, this shit. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
that we'll see these rooms open in Chesacold Steel too. Just saying. There we go.
Instructor Sarah? Toval? What are you guys doing out here?
Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arcade.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form. It sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago. Though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind a while back.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other, and your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Me? A bracer? Huh. I never really thought about it before.
Hey, there's enough of us singing the bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students.
Never hurts to... Seriously, though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
I'll give it some thought.
Are you three working on what to do for our concert? Yeah, we figured out the general gist of it. We got the general gist of it figured out now, but... let me ask you, Reen. Would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Wait, why not try to use both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I like that idea. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. Rehearsing will be a bit tougher, but I think we should be able to do it. It lets us use both plans too. Won't see me complaining. Seems really excited for this. Come on, nobody wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies, man. Besides, if we make the outfit skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. Your ideas have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realise that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with a degree of class in order to take them on. I love that. Your ideas about all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. Great, I love it. Wow, the ship's amazing! We're flying faster than a bird. Take that, bird. No, I want one. I wonder if Gramps gave me my own airship. I'll ask him real nice.
You can already fly around in Aerogadlon. Don't get greedy.
View from up here is so beautiful. I feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. You know that this is actually the first time I've ever been aboard an airship. Oh, I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal?
Well, I mean, we are pretty high, so kind of understandable. And you are outside, so makes sense.
This airship the airship we use in the core was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, expect to see pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess.
At long last, the Courageous is finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest.
I'll take your word for it.
This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together.
It was no easy ride, I'll say that.
I doubt it would have come together without the Prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as its captain.
I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal.
Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal.
A third part. I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish.
The road will be a difficult one, though.
True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart. Just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous. And for the brave men and women of your class.
Your Highness.
We live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But, with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate.
Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study.
Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them.
Interesting. I do think, because if you guys recognize Mueller's voice, that's, I think I said it before, but it's Patrick Size. And if you, for those you don't, for those of you like, he did, if you guys ever watched Fairy Tail, he did the voice of Lux. I think he did the voice for Gamagori in Kill la Kill. There's some other ones, like his voice is like really recognizable. It's like, what the fuck?
Can't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinford company was so involved in the development of something on this scale all this time. Then I found out it's a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's just way too much work for one person. How many partners does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give you a simple answer to that, but it's sufficient to say the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Reinford Group. Lately, the directors have... He knew it. Oh, hello, Masterine.
Sorry, am I interrupting something?
No, it's okay. We finished exploring the airship. I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Roer.
Roer. Finished? I don't think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Roer though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. Not too far from my hometown, so I always hear about it in passing.
Oh, that's right, you're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Roer.
Sure, why not?
Roer used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and it's since the cities in the Noisia province is under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction. That's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grasses were a rare sight. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even long-time residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count the number of times I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not so quite distant past. Anyway, north of Roer is this Saxon iron mine. I remember that now. The iron mine there makes its way into most of the Reinford Group's projects, and in some form or other. The amount of ore that they get from just that one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks mention the Saxon mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the centre of Roer, you can miss the Reinford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. At least there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. We'll just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. I know I've got one more one to talk to, but I believe that will do it for today's episode. I know this is a little bit of a short episode today, so I might be able to get a second one out for you today, guys. But for a quick recap, well, we went to the Academy field and learned that there was a new ship on board for a new ship that was being built called the Courageous, and it was made by Prince Oliver. And we also found out where Viscount Arcade and Toval disappeared off to, another Grandfield study. Turns out they were here. They were sorting out this part, or sorting out the Courageous. And now we just took a tour of it. We've talked to everyone but Laura and Laura's dad, Viscount Arcade. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. Talk to those two, and then go to Roer and find out what Roer is all about. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you're enjoying our Trials of Cold Steel Let's Play series, make sure to subscribe as well. If you're a fan of JRPGs or just RPGs in general, make sure to subscribe as well, because hey, that's what I do on this channel. I've got a few projects in the work lined up, so hopefully you guys are on the lookout for those and will enjoy them when they come out. But with all that PSA out of the way, this is xdeadlysmoorex, and I shall see you guys next time.